What's up, mixers? Welcome back to another WNBA player props video. We have a huge slate tomorrow, so we're excited to get some props out for you today for those games tomorrow. But first, we have some money to award from yesterday's video, which you didn't get a chance to award in today's video, and from tonight. So we've now awarded money 2 days in a row. If you want to be in the mix for that money for tomorrow's video, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and leave a comment with the hashtag in the mix. Choose 2 of our best bets that you think are going to hit. And if those 2 bets hit, you'll be entered into that drawing. So it's pretty easy. And we've just given away money 2 days in a row. As we hit our subscriber milestones, that prize money will go up. So right now it's $10. It'll go up as we hit our next subscriber milestones. The next one would be 500 subscribers. And we're well on our way, guys. So let's jump in. Let's give out that money first, and then we'll jump into the picks for tomorrow. All right, guys. So our first winner is PGA Daily. He commented Jones over 6.5 rebounds looks solid, and Griner under 16.5 points and rebounds. That cashed. So we are going to send $10 over to PGA Daily. And then our winner from today's video was at Andre Brooks 700. He commented hashtag in the mix. JY over RA, that's Jackie Young, and SI, Sabrina Ionescu, over her points. Both of those cashed pretty easily, so we are sending $10 his way as well. Like I said, if you want to be in the mix for today's video, just comment in the mix and give us 2 of the best bet player props that you like from this slate, and if those cash, you'll be in the running for some money in tomorrow's video. Let's jump into the recap. So we already recapped a lot of the plays for yesterday, but we didn't get to 3 of them because the game hadn't been played yet. So let's quickly recap those 3. Alyssa Thomas under 18.5 rebounds and assists. She totally cooked us with 25. I thought she was going to be scoring the ball all night. Little did I know that Sammy Whitcomb is like a secret superstar, and she just dropped like 35 points, and Alyssa Thomas was able to just do her normal role of rebounding and assisting. So she cooked us. Lee Rue over 5.5 rebounds. She had 8, so that was an easy cash for us. That brings our total NBA run this season on our best bet regular line props up to 47, 28, and 2. That's a 62.67% hit rate. And then our one lean that cashed yesterday was Paige Buecker's under 10.5 rebounds and assists. She ended with 5. Again, that was not sweaty at all. So yeah, it's hard taking an under on a superstar like Paige. But we actually do it all the time. We've been taking unders on Asia. We've been taking unders on Paige. We took an under on Angel Reese today. That hooked us, so that one didn't go so well. But we've been cashing those unders on the superstars. You just got to look for the right lines. And then today, we had Sonia Citron over 13 points. That line was at 13.5 in most places, and I told you to go find it at 13, which was available on Prize Picks and Vivid Picks, possibly other places as well. She ended right on 13. So that was a push for us. Depending on which book you bet on, you might have made money on that or not. So that one we didn't count in our as a win or a loss. It just counted as a push there. But I did also, one thing I want to bring up, if you haven't seen my other videos, I don't talk about this a lot, but with my best bets, a lot of times I will be betting these players on their other props as well. So in the pinned comment, I called out Sonia Citron's fantasy score about 30 minutes before the game started. It looked too low for me. She crushed it. I also bet on her PRA, over 20.5 PRA. I think she had 24, so she crushed that as well. The points line pushed. And I also bet on her over 1.5 3-pointers made, and that also cashed. And then with Sabrina Ionescu, I bet on her points as the best bet, but I also bet on her PRA and her assists, and those all cashed. So it's not always going to be like that, but I like to have exposure to my best bet in a lot of different ways. Sometimes I won't take a regular line on the other prop. I'll like lower it and bet over and then do kind of a big parlay with it. But it worked out today. Today was a good day. So Sabrina Ionescu over 17.5 points. She had 28. Everybody was on Stewie today because Stewie cooked them in week 1. But week 1, it means nothing, guys. And so I went with Sabrina. She's been hot. And I think that we're not going to see a 17.5 points line for Sabrina again this year unless she's going up against like the Lynx. And then Jackie Young over 8.5 rebounds and assists. She had 10. So she ended the game with 10. And that was an easy cash for us as well. I wasn't sure with Asia leaving the game if that was going to hit or not still, but Jackie was able to score and still rebound and assist. She definitely took over that game and played pretty well. Our lean for today was Angel Reese under 14.5 rebounds. She hooked us with 15. Whatever, it's Angel Reese. She's been playing so hot. I bet on her a lot, and I've made a lot of money on Angel. So to lose this one under by the hook, it's not too bad. It was a little frustrating because I did notice one of her rebounds. I watched the game, and she caught an air ball that was nowhere near the basket, and that counted as a rebound. And so we wouldn't have gotten hooked on that if she hadn't caught that one rebound. But, she was bound to cook us. Everyone was telling me. I only put it in one slip because, yeah, it was risky. Okay, so let's jump into our best bets for tomorrow's slate. We are going to start with Kelsey Mitchell under 19.5 points. She's over in 4 of 9 games with Caitlin this year, and those are the games right there that Caitlin has played in with her on the graph. She's had 16 against the Valkyrie earlier in the year, and Caitlin was playing in that game. She's going to need about 15 shot attempts to get to this number, and I don't think she puts up 15 shot attempts with Caitlin Clark on the court. The Valkyrie are going to try to slow down this game. The Fever are going to try and play up tempo. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means a lot of fast break points for Kelsey Mitchell, but I'm pretty confident in taking the under here. And I do think the line's going to move down. Our next best bet is in the same game on the same team. Natasha Howard has been a monster on the glass lately, but we're going to go under 7.5 rebounds in this game. She's over in 8 of 19 for the season, and 4 of the last 4 games in a row. She's had double-digit rebounds in 3 of those games. She only had 5 against the Valkyrie earlier this season. Like I said, they like to slow down the pace as much as they can. They're also a great rebounding team. Plus, Aaliyah Boston is going to get a lot of rebounds. Caitlin Clark is probably going to get 4 or 5 rebounds. And I just don't think there's any room for Natasha Howard to be getting 8 rebounds here. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but this is the best bet, and Natasha Howard will be our thumbnail for today. This graph right here only shows the games where Natasha Howard played with Caitlin Clark on the court, and she's only over in 3 of these 9 games. So if Caitlin Clark plays tomorrow, which it seems like she's going to, then I just do not like Natasha's chances of getting there. Our third best bet, we're going back to Angel Reese and betting under 14.5 rebounds again. You might call me crazy, and this time it's not a lean, it's a best bet. And why am I putting it as a best bet? Well, Camila Cardoso might play in this game tomorrow. But even if she doesn't play in this game tomorrow, Angel Reese is coming off a back-to-back, so she's going to be tired. And I think that she just has a really good chance of going under in this matchup against the second best rebounding team in the league, the Wings. So now the Sky are, I think, the 4th best rebounding team in the league. But if she has to split rebounds with Camila Cardoso, I think she's definitely going under this line. And even still, I think she can go under the line even if Camila Cardoso doesn't play, just because of how the Wings pack the paint. So I like this bet. It is a best bet. It was a lean today and didn't cash. Today it's a best bet, so it's going to cash. And then I do have a few leans for you. I have Kayla Thornton over 1.5 3-pointers made. She's over in 10 of the last 18 and over in 8 of the last 11. She has taken no less than 5 attempts in the last 12 games, and she was able to cook the Fever with 5 in their last game. 5 3-pointers made. So I like this. It's actually close to an even payout, so you're not even having to pay juice to get this. I definitely bet this. It is risky, though. 3-pointers are always risky, and that's why it's a lean and not a best bet. And then our other lean is also a 3-pointer prop. Erica Wheeler over 1.5 3-pointers made. She's over in 10 of 19 and no fewer than 5 attempts in the last 8 games. She had 2 against the Sun in their last game a couple of weeks ago, and that's all we need is for her to get 2 of these 3-pointers. That's pretty much all she does. She comes into the game to shoot 3-pointers, and she doesn't take a lot of shots anywhere else on the court. So In fact, in that last Sun game, she only had 6 points, and it was the 2 3-pointers that she made. Now, the blue line here on this graph shows her minutes in these games, so her minutes have been ticking up quite dramatically throughout the season. And if this game is anywhere close to a blowout, I think Erica Wheeler will be able to stay on the court and get some run with some of those rookies. And I couldn't find any props on Dominique Malonga, the rookie who just cooked it. Like in the last game, she had a bunch of rebounds and a bunch of points, stole them from NECA, which kind of killed our NECA bet. And I couldn't find any props on her, but if you do see any props for Dominique Malinga on points or rebounds, I'd smash it here because I think she's going to get a lot of playing time, whether or not this game is a blowout. But if the game is a blowout, she's going to play the entire blowout while they take out NECA and Easy Magnabor. So those are my 3 best bets and my 2 leans for tomorrow. And so let's summarize that. We're taking Kelsey Mitchell under 19.5 points, Natasha Howard under 7.5 rebounds, Angel Reese under 14.5 rebounds, and our leans are Kayla Thornton over 1.5 3-pointers and Erica Wheeler over 1.5 3-pointers made. If there are any more best bets, which I suspect there will be because there's a lot of players who don't have lines up yet, then I will put those in the pinned comment on YouTube. I will also try to put them on X, but YouTube is where they will always be in the pinned comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below with hashtag in the mix and choose 2 of these 3 best bets to roll with. And if they hit, you'll be entered into a drawing to win some free money. So all it takes is a little comment. My picks will always be free to you no matter how big this channel gets. So I appreciate the free little things that you can do for me along the way. Thanks.